My intern and I hear over and over again from my clients that the one thing they wish that they could improve would be to plan ahead their meals so they don't have to go out to eat all the time. But when you look online, it is overwhelming. You either have to be perfect with meal planning or you just don't do it at all.
We're going to be showing you guys some quick and easy meal prep ideas and some planning ideas using both fresh and frozen foods, and we're going to show you guys some breakfast, lunch, and dinner options that are not going to be as overwhelming as the things you might see online. So welcome to Sarah RD TV.
So let's start with breakfast. Most people don't have time in the morning, right? So planning ahead is kind of a big deal for breakfast, but it doesn't have to be super fancy. The bottom line is protein and fiber, right? At least 2, preferably 3 food groups. So we have some examples here. I'm a busy working mom. You're going to grad school and no one has time in the morning. Hard-boiled eggs, fruit, nut butter. Sometimes I have energy and I will prep maybe some yogurt parfaits with fruit for the kids and myself in a to-go container or in a jar or in a little bowl at home. And those will last 3 to 4 days. Why don't you share what you do?
Normally, like Sarah said, I try to include some sort of fiber coming from like a whole grain and a fruit, and then I try to have some protein. So 2 really easy options that I find myself always grabbing for are going to be some kind of oatmeal. There's this kind which is frozen. Then you could do the classic oatmeal, and then I'll try to throw like some kind of peanut butter or nut butter and a banana or some fresh or frozen blueberries. I find that does the job really well.
When we went to the store, we found a lot of options, right? We can get refrigerated overnight oats, which is super convenient, but a little costly. So any kind of prep that somebody else does for you, you're going to pay for that. What else did we find? We found the frozen and shelf stable.
Yeah, there was like a shelf stable overnight oats in a jar. So you just take the container, you open it, you add your own milk, and you put it back in the fridge, and it's ready the next morning.
Sometimes they're on sale, but sometimes they're not. That's why I didn't buy it today. But a lot of options. And sometimes I'll make it like super fancy like this and put it in the refrigerator. So in the morning when I am not thinking, I am not a morning person, people, I will just grab it and then it's ready to go and we're out the door. Lunch and dinner seems to stress everybody out when it comes to meal planning. So we have 2 examples, making things at home and taking it to work. And then there's that category like myself. Some days I do work from home and I might even make something to go. So why don't we start with, we have time and we're at home. What do we do?
So my go-to option, either on the weekends or if I'm home for lunch, is some kind of bowl where I try to include some kind of whole grain, 2 types of vegetables, and 2 types of proteins. That's what I aim for. So for here, I actually added this 90-second microwavable rice. They have these in a bunch of different brands, bunch of different seasonings. If you're trying to watch your sodium, this is a great option too because this doesn't have any sodium. So this took 90 seconds, and I just put that in the bottom of the bowl. For my protein, I chose some black beans, but we have other kinds of beans here. You see, this is uncooked beans, and this is also great if you're trying to watch your sodium.
Time consuming. That would be
right,
something.
That's time consuming.
Yeah,
so that's something you would want to do in advance if you don't have time. So then here we just sauteed some tofu, and I'm just going to throw on 2 pieces, and this is great because this is 2 sources of protein, and then I have just a little bit of tomatoes and some shaved Brussels sprouts for my 2 veggies. And this is great because you could change it up every single day. You could do 2 new vegetables, you could do a new type of dressing on it, and it'll taste like new every day. And I love that.
So many combinations, exactly.
Yeah.
You could use frozen, canned vegetables. Obviously, these were canned beans, pork, tofu, chicken, whatever. So, love this, right? I need to do more bowls. The other option, I'm going to go in my refrigerator. What I do when I have a lot of time, or not a lot of time, I'll set this over here, is I use my oven. I use my workhorses, I call them, in my kitchen. And when you're home on a weekend, or even if you're working from home during the day, you can throw something in the oven and then it's good for a couple days. So I did a turkey breast, some pork, some vegetables, 400 degrees for about 20 to 30 minutes, a pot of rice, whole grain couscous, and then I will either make ahead a bunch of these, and then if you get sick of eating the same thing over and over again, because not everybody likes leftovers. I like leftovers. Do you like leftovers?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. So you can make these ahead, and even if I'm at home during the day, if I open this up in the refrigerator and I feel like man, I have a meal ready to go. So the bottom line is that there are so many options. There are so many cool packaged foods that are ready to go. You don't feel like washing a head of lettuce and then buy this, right? If you don't feel like roasting a turkey breast, get a rotisserie chicken. I found out that on Wednesdays they're $5 instead of $8 that I spent on a Thursday, but that's cool too. And then other grains will last a good 4 to 5 days. You know, if you want to do, what I usually do is making 1 or 2 pots of something, and then I can mix and match. So lots of ideas. We would love to hear your ideas and how you make it real, right? Because instead of like writing everything out, okay, on Tuesday, what if you had a really crappy day at work or school, and you're like, you know what? I don't want to eat that. I just want a bowl of cereal. That's your choice. But you feel good though when you are having a great day, or not, and at least you can open your refrigerator and know that you are nourishing yourself to give yourself some energy and also saving some money because eating out is quite expensive. So thanks for watching, and we hope to hear from your ideas as well.
Hello. Hi. We'd like to say something about our special guest, Andrea.
Thank you guys for having me on the show.
And make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on post notifications, and share the video. And go in the comments below for any suggestions. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.